Kombat AllStar Show. I am your host, Kombat AllStar.
What's up, peeps? It's Random Girl.
Also brought to you by Quantum VFX, making the impossible possible. Yes. And usually on this show,
first we gotta ask them how they're doing.
They know
we
how they're doing.
We know how they're doing before we talk about what we're gonna talk about. How y'all doing? All right, now that's out the way. We can get into what we're gonna talk about.
Usually, we talk about the coolest thing that happened last month, and that's the trend of the show. That's the show. But this time, we're actually going to be talking about Wonder Woman that just came out at the beginning of this month, and it's been awesome in making history. So we got to talk about that. So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
That's right. That's okay.
Yeah, and it's Tuesday now. If you guys are watching this when this video comes up, so if you haven't seen it over the weekend, shame on you. You should already, because I don't do spoilers. I don't do non-spoiler talk.
Yeah,
I talk candidly about what's going on.
We're gonna let you go see the movie.
Yeah. So we're just gonna get into it. First of all, I thought the movie was awesome.
It was great.
I thought it was great.
I wasn't expecting it to be great because I was not liking Gal Gadot. I didn't want to be Wonder Woman. The more I watched her, she forced me to like her. Yeah. And now I like her. I'm a fan, and I like the movie.
And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
I thought she was good in Batman vs Superman, and I knew that Jeff Johns was writing it, so I had total faith that the movie was going to be good.
Yeah, for me, it's like I don't care who's writing it. I have to see it to believe it, and I saw it and I believed it. So.
Fair enough. So yeah. it was a fantastic movie. There was a lot of really, really good parts. The part where she was in no man's land, everyone loves that part. Yeah. She's fighting up all the dudes. Oh man.
Oh, the cast was amazing. What gets me every time watching a movie is the cast has to be superb, and the cast was all right. Robin Wright was in there. Oh man, I forgot my list. I have my list. I know every actor and actress that was in there, but I can't remember their names to the Chief. But they had a phenomenal cast.
Yeah. So it was great. So I mean, for me, cast is not that important as long as it's a well-written story. So
if you have like a horrible actor or actress, then they're gonna mess up the film.
Well, I mean that's given, but the names don't mean anything to me. Like you can have a great actor or actress that's an unknown. So for me, seeing an actor or actress isn't something that's gonna make me run to the theaters, but seeing who wrote it or who was directed by. If someone says, "Oh, there's a new movie by Robert Rodriguez," I don't care who's acting in it. Robert Rodriguez did the movie, so I'm going to go see it.
I never said that the director is not.
I'm not saying that you said that.
So why'd you say that?
I'm just saying because you're like, to me, it's all about a good cast.
I never said that. I didn't say it's all about a good cast. I said the cast was phenomenal. We can rewind that.
No, you guys rewind it and see for yourself.
I said it was phenomenal. I said what does it for me is if they have a great cast. I didn't say it's all about the great cast. Of course, you have to have a great screenwriter and director and everything.
You guys can rewind and see for yourself.
Anyway.
This happens all the time on the podcast. If you guys listen to the podcast.
Make me sweat.
It's hot in here. It is hot in here. So if we're sweating, forgive us.
Yeah, that's good. But it's because we're passionate about what we're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. And these lights are hot. Yeah. But it was an awesome movie. I loved it. And the thing I love most about it is, well, two things I love most about it. Number one is people are loving the movie. I like the fact that DC is finally, getting that stride. All the movies have been great so far, but Rotten Tomatoes has been bashing them. I mean, you can't tell me that Man of Steel wasn't a good movie. Like, you can't tell me that Batman vs.
They've all been killers.
So it's like, yeah. So I mean, finally something that everyone is jumping on the bandwagon and liking. And the second thing I liked about it was the innocence of the movie. Like Wonder Woman was just so naive and so innocent that she had no idea about how man's world really was, and that was just awesome.
Yeah, and what I like for me is because I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan. I follow my superheroes and I follow DC. So I know what I'm watching if it's going to be accurate or not. And from the beginning to the end, it was very accurate. And I was telling Kombat that too. They got the origins and everything correct from like their the island that they were on, from the guys invading, the mascara, like just everything, man.
The mythology was great.
Yeah.
I love the mythology that they put in there about the gods and Ares killing them all and all that kind of stuff, and how the Amazons were made to kind of temper man after Ares tempted them and everything. Mm-hmm. So it has its own mythology. It introduced magic into the DC
universe. I did
universe.
not know. And I'm sorry about that. This could be a different variation, but I did not know that the women were created to please the men because they were going crazy.
Yeah. They were created to protect man. Yeah. So the Amazons in the comics, they were created to protect man. In like variations of the comic and of some animated movies, it never specifically gave you more than that. It was just like, oh, these women were here to protect man, but that's all they left it at.
because
in the movie they explained it more.
Yeah, they were saying that they kind of brought the softness to it because the men were going against.
Right. So in the movie it was like men were good. And they were all good, and then Ares came out there and made him corruptible and everything. So Zeus created the women to protect the men from Ares and to temper them, so they would be kind of even good.
Yeah, so I didn't know that.
So it was cool how they went deep into that. I don't think anybody really knew that. So that was very cool.
Hey, my girl Robin Wright, dude, she killed it. And I was like, what the freak, Robin Wright? Because I didn't even pay attention to who was casted in the movie because I didn't want to go see it.
Yeah.
I didn't go see it until last minute. And I was like, what does she do? I love her as an actress, but what is she doing? She never played in warrior movies. Yeah. And she killed it. When I saw her act, I was like, well, I guess she can do it. That's another freaking thing she can do.
Yeah, all the Amazons on the island were awesome.
Oh, yeah. And what for me, it's like, the thing with Amazons, they're strong. So I was like, they better not have like a bunch of like models and women with no muscles.
I was worried about that too.
I was going to be very upset, but I looked around, all those women were like ripped.
And they were very diverse.
Yeah.
It's funny that
I didn't like it though.
Well, when I walked out of the movie theater, I was telling a random girl, I was like, I like the fact that they were diverse, but I kind of don't like how it wasn't accurate because these women were supposed to be Greek, and there were no black people in Greek or people of dark skin. Back in those days, the people that were dark skin were the Persians, and granted they were on the other side of the bay or the ocean. I think it was one of the Mediterranean Sea or whatever. They were on the other side of the sea, so for them to be there, it just
so there was no reason for them to be there.
All that sense.
And I understand, I can see where he was coming from with that. But for me, on my side, I was just thinking, it's 2017, and a movie as big as this, I feel like it needed to show diversity.
Right.
And I like the women that they showed. They were very dark skinned, so I felt like if they were going to be there, they were going to look like that. So.
And it's funny because Patty Jenkins, the director who directed this, was asked the same question about the diversity in it and Wonder Woman. So she said that for her, it was not about skin color. It was about types of women. So if I'm a hunter, what am I going to look like? I'm going to look more jacked, more ripped. If I'm a scholar and I'm a scribe, I'm going to be I'll be a little toned, but I'm not going to be as muscular. So she was thinking about for the society, everybody's role and job in society.
Oh, she wasn't looking at ethnicity.
Right, so she was looking at, and if that person, if she thinks, I want somebody to be able to run fast and to hunt and bow and arrow and everything, maybe I'll choose somebody black. So that was her mindset behind it. Not necessarily.
Yeah, strong African, I get that.
And she said it just turned out what it.
And I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
they even had a woman who was talking in the looked like a cave. She looked like she was of Asian descent.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was pretty cool too.
It was great.
But they even had an MMA fighter, a woman MMA fighter in there.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was awesome.
That, so.
The woman in there looked great.
Yeah, they looked awesome.
Yeah.
So. Do you have anything more to add? Because I could talk all day about how awesome.
I like to be shocked in a good way, and that's what this movie did. It shocked me.
And it sets up perfectly. I like how she was like. I usually don't like flashback movies, but this was a flashback movie, and it did it so well that it set up perfectly for Justice League. So at the end, she was thanking Bruce for the original picture. And
I totally forgot in the beginning that happened.
Yeah. So like
they wrapped that around like.
Yeah. So it was cool to see all that happen. Her getting the picture, reminiscing the whole movie at the end. Thank you, Bruce. And now they're going off with Justice League.
For me, as a woman, it was such a strong kind of debut for like a strong superhero that is a woman. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you had Elektra, you had Supergirl, and all those other movies that came prior, and they weren't as strong. They didn't deliver it the right way. And Wonder Woman was that one movie that just hit it.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of it. I'm glad that a woman directed it, and I just have no complaints.
Yeah, I'm glad that the movie did so well, and it's crushing everything right now. It's literally making history.
Yeah.
And it's crushing the box office numbers, and it's doing well. So.
Yeah, and I like that it's received by men and women. It doesn't bash men. You get what I mean? It's just finding out the origin of Wonder Woman. Everybody can enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Kids, men, women, everybody. We had there was a lot of elders watching that movie too, wasn't there?
Yeah, everybody came to go see it.
Everybody was watching, which is a good thing.
Yeah, very good thing.
Yeah.
So, let us know what you think about it. Everybody's talking about it still. Hopefully, the nostalgia, the excitement, it kind of died off, and we can kind of dissect and talk about the movie as for what it was, which was a great film. So let us know what you think.
Let me say something.
As always, go ahead.
Shout out to Gal Gadot, you a beautiful woman. I was shocked by you. Did a great job, and I love your humility behind the, playing Wonder Woman.
I actually found
that's my girl.
I actually found her name. How you pronounce her name? I've been saying it wrong for a long time.
Okay, I got it from comments.
It's because everybody thought it was Gadot at first, and I got it from Colliders. But it's actually Gal Gadot. So,
Gal Gadot.
So it's said how how it's
spelled.
spelled.
I'm so sorry, Gal Gadot. There you go, Gal Gadot. You're killing it. I love that you're playing Wonder Woman. Also, I wanted to ask too. While I was watching you, I saw that you brought a certain sincerity to the role, and that's what I liked about it too.
Yeah.
I noticed that right away. So.
Yeah, it was great. So, congratulations to the cast and crew that did that movie. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below.
You need to watch it.
Like, subscribe, share. You better watch it.
Yeah, you better watch it.
And until next time, y'all. So long.